What's going on, my fellow collectors? Jim here with another review, and I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this, but I'm very excited to finally find a Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends Thanos in store here in Maryland. Very first time finding this guy, so it was more or less an impulse buy. There is the, of course, Diamond Select is re-releasing their comic Thanos, so that's one that we're definitely going to get. And then of course you have the Disney Store exclusive Thanos. It's kind of like a mix between the comic and the movie Thanos. So those are probably the two you're going to want to get over this. Like I said, this was just an impulse buy for me because I saw it in the store, so I thought, why not? Packaging is what we're used to. You do got the Walmart exclusive Legends series, does say Thanos. On the top you got the Infinity Gauntlet. On the side you got this cool image, same exact on the other side. And on the back you just have an image of the figure. A little bit of a read up at the top there. But yeah, that's the packaging, so let's pop this bad boy open and take a closer look. Okay, and here he is out of the packaging, and I gotta say, I'm not mad. I'm not mad for picking him up. I do have my gripes. He is a little bit floppy, a little bit loose in places, and this thing is absolutely ridiculously annoying. But he does come with a couple of different accessories. You do get an actual plain hand, so that's pretty cool for the gauntlet hand if you wanted to switch that out. So that's pretty neat. And then of course we do have this alternate head that has more of a kind of like grimace look to it, or a mouth closed. And I gotta say, both head sculpts look really, really nice. I like the purple. I like the kind of dark wash that they put in it. And I gotta say, overall for the armor, I really like the shiny metallic and the gold, and then the hints of silver that we get all throughout this figure. Very cool. Of course, we all know that this was a Build-A-Figure at one time. I never did get that series, so I obviously wanted to pick this one up for the collection. But yeah, let's take a closer look at this Thanos, because I think Marvel Legends did a really nice job. Even though it is just a repaint of the older Build-A-Figure one, I think I like this one more, just from what I've seen anyway. But the head sculpt that comes on him out of the packaging, I kind of like this one as well, with him kind of smiling and showing some teeth. I think it looks pretty decent, pretty good. They did a good job with the sculpt. Again, I really like the metallic blue that we get all throughout this figure. The golds look really nice all throughout. The paint's a little bit sloppy. It is a different color between the paint on and then of course these molded parts. So I mean, that is a little bit noticeable. But I really like these silver outline highlights that we get throughout the arms and everything. That's great. And then we get them down here at the knees as well. So yeah, very, very nice overall. The boots are kind of like done in that marbly kind of plastic, but in that goldish yellowish color. Same thing with the gauntlet. But I think the gauntlet turned out nice enough. I mean, we do get paint for the Infinity Stones. It is just kind of in this position. You can't articulate the hands or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, overall a pretty cool looking figure, I gotta say, except for this part. This is gonna have to be glued down, because that's very frustrating as you're messing with the figure. But overall, nice little figure. A couple different peg holes on the bottom. A very cool figure, head to toe, and he has some size to him. So I'm glad to add him to the collection, even though I know I am eventually going to pick up those other figures from Diamond Select. But going over the articulation, you do have full rotation at the head. You do get a little bit of up, not much, only about that much up. Get about that much down. You don't get a little tiny bit of side to side motion on there. The arms do hinge out to about that much. Of course, they'll swivel all the way around. You do have a bicep swivel. You just have a single bend at the elbow. That gives it, not 90 degrees. You do have a swivel and hinge on the hand. You do have a pretty decent ab crunch that crunches forward like one notch, crunches back one notch, but it's more or less like he's standing straight up, it seems like, when you crunch him back. He does have a waist twist. The legs really don't want to kick out at all very much. Kicking forward, they go about that much. Kicking back, you do have a thigh swivel. You do have double jointed knees, which give him about that much range. You do have swivel here at the boot. And then, of course, you got that nice hinge that'll bring the foot all the way back. Nice forward. And, of course, you got the forward-facing pin for rocker. So, you know, decent articulation all throughout this guy. Pop the head off. Pop the other head on just to show you what that looks like. And that's what he looks like with the other head on. It looks awesome. Like I said, both head sculpts are done actually pretty nice. So, you know, you can't be mad at either one of them. And it is a pretty cool feature that you can actually, you know, take off the Infinity Gauntlet hand if you, you know, so want to. And of course you have to pop that piece off as well. And then pop this piece on. And then of course you have just another hand that you can plug in there. That has the same kind of just, you know, open hand. Then you have this one fist, but of course you do get swivel. Well, if I can get it in there, swivel and hinge on that. But I think most of us are going to be displaying our Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet glove. But it is very cool that they at least gave him that option, you know. So let's put the head sculpt back on here. Yeah, I think overall it's a pretty cool figure. Like I said, mine's a little bit on the loose side here and there with some joints. More or less, it's probably a return, really. Probably somebody bought it, reviewed it, and returned it. But, or bought it and realized how floppy it was and returned it. But I'm still glad to own it. His measurement. Looks like the top of his head, he's a little bit over 7 inches tall. And just to give you a quick comparison against Marvel Diamond Select Toys, here he is compared to the Gladiator Hawk from the Thor Ragnarok. So as you can see, he definitely towers, the Hawk definitely towers over the Marvel Legends Thanos. But as long as some other Marvel Legends, here he is next to Thor. Here he is next to Iron Spider-Man. Here he is next to the Iron Man from the Infinity War movie. Here he is next to Ant-Man. So as you can see, for the most part, he does tower over the majority of your other Marvel Legend action figures. So that is cool. So he will fit into your Marvel display nicely because he is going to be bigger than a lot of your other Marvel Legends figures. Get those all out of the way. As far as some other bigger figures or some other Build-A-Figures, here he is next to Ares and Colossus. So you can see they all stand almost about the same height. Colossus is about the same height as Thanos, and Ares is a little bit smaller. But yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it does make a pretty cool Thanos for your shelf, you know. I mean, you're probably much more going to want to prefer to either get one of the re-releases when Diamond Select Toys does their or re-releases their comic book Thanos, or get that Disney Store exclusive that is a really nice mesh between the comic look and the actual movie look, because I think a lot of us do agree that the Build-A-Figure Thanos that came with the Marvel Legends wave from the Infinity War wave was pretty horrible looking. You know, I was not interested in building that figure at all. But like I said, I didn't ever originally have this Build-A-Figure, so it was a good one to get. Nice one to add to the collection. He is going to look good, like I said, next to some of your other Marvel Legends. But yeah, guys, that's where we are going to leave it. Very cool figure. Like I said, I like the colors that they chose for it. I like the fact that we get a couple different heads, and I think overall he looks good. You know, next to your other Marvel Legends. At least he's a little bit bigger than your other Marvel Legends. But you know, of course, having a Thanos that towers over them even a little bit more is always going to be a little bit better. So yeah, going with the Diamond Select versions probably might be one of your better bets. But yeah, I just had to pick this guy up when I finally saw him. You know, after as long as he's been out, finally finding him in Walmart around here, around Maryland, I was just like, wow, can't believe it. But yeah, guys, that was a look at the Walmart exclusive Thanos old Build-A-Figure. But yeah, that's what he's going to look like up against your shelf. And like I said, if this was one of the Build-A-Figures that you missed out on, he might want to be one you want to track down. I definitely wouldn't go paying the crazy eBay prices for him. That's why I waited. That's why I'm getting him just now, because I wasn't going to pay the ridiculous eBay fees. But at least around here in Maryland, this is the first time I have seen him on this shelf. So we'll see how that goes. I've been seeing more of the Black Panther Walmart exclusive everywhere than I have seen this guy. So might be one of those type situations too, where they're just got cases in the back, and at one point in time they're going to bring them out. But yeah, guys, that was the review. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next figure review.